Okay.
Did I push me? Nope, spit.
Okay, I guess we're just gonna go ahead and do it like this. What the fuck is up, y'all? It's KreyzMcKormik up in this motherfucking bitch. It's another episode of the Crazy House. Trying to hook up in this so that way I can see the chat and everything, but yep, right there, boom. And no thanks, I don't care about that. So anyways, I know it's a little bit of a late start, all that jazz. Got the minions here, as you can see, and yes, I know my house is a little bit of a wreck. We just ended up taking the entire day yesterday, and we ended up switching stuff around in the bedrooms, because the bedroom on this side used to be ours, and then we have a bedroom on the other side of the house that we ended up switching, because that used to be the boys' bedroom. But the boys, you know, there's two boys and not enough room for them to fucking play and all of that shit, so we had to move them into the bigger bedroom. And all of this crap right here, this is just stuff in the process of being switched around and cleaning up the house and all of that. And I see that we've already got our notification squad chilling up in here. Blaze, the motherfucking ninja motherfucker, Maiming Babies, Mac Hatchet, Mr. Wicked 505, Maximum Overload up in this motherfucker.
Eric X2.
Yep.
Eric.
What up, y'all? All right. What did I tell you? Chill. Every time I do a live stream, y'all minions just go nuts. You're like the actual minions on Despicable Me. It's fucked up. But I only got like an hour, and then after that, I got to go pick up my girlfriend from work. So all of that, you know, real life shit that goes on and everything. Might as well go ahead and get some shilling out of the way. Super chat is available. It's not necessary, but it is appreciated, and it does actually go into my own channel as well as my gaming channel. As a prime example, I ended up getting some YouTube money 2 days ago. Ended up getting it into my PayPal, and with that money today, I went on eBay and I bought myself a new video game, which is actually for the Super Famicom. That's basically going to be attributing to my gaming channel once I get everything going on. The video game I ended up getting it is a Japanese exclusive called Slayers, and it's actually based off of the manga, the light novel, and the anime of the same title. I love Lena Inverse and Gowry. That was my shit back in high school. And I ended up explaining to some people on Facebook in my public figure page that you know, I got into it in high school, and then after high school I ended up finding the fucking box set for the first season of the Slayers, and I ended up buying it, watched the whole fucking thing, and now all the DVDs are fucking busted. But let's see. Yes, Maximum Overload. I was actually planning on getting into Redheaded Stepchild's video. Dude, everybody, Mac Hatchet, everybody fucking loves Dragon Ball Z. You know, I got 20 ninjas watching me right now, so throw up the dragon emojis if you like Dragon Ball Z. So while you're doing that, I'm going to explain some shit. So yesterday I ended up not watching. I was too busy with my eyeball retinas being placed on a game of Final Fantasy III for the Famicom, but I was listening to the Cuckster, and he ended up having a point in his fucking show where he ended up saying that never once did he say that he was working for Magic Ninja. So any of these, you know, any of these juggalos out here that are claiming that he has ever said that need to basically check their facts. Well, unbeknownst to me, Redheaded Stepchild ended up finding the video of Chuck Reeves sitting in Magic Ninja's office, or what he claimed was Magic Ninja's office, and explained that after he finished hosting a show, he ended up having a talk with Twisted, and Twisted fucking said, "Why is there a banana in my fucking... You motherfuckers in your emojis."
Banana.
Yes. That is a banana, and right next to it is either a lotus or terracotta pie. I can't tell which is which. Now, nevertheless, Chuck ends up... I remember Chuck saying in one of his live streams when he was in Detroit, in Livonia, and he was chilling at Magic Ninja's office, and he ended up saying that he had had a talk with Twisted, talking about podcasting and shit like that. Long story short, he's now working with them. And that's basically what it was. Banana Peach, that is a good yogurt. And so... what comes to find out is that Redheaded Stepchild took that clip of him saying that never once did he ever say that he was working for Magic Ninja, and they cut it to that point in time where he actually said that he's working for fucking Magic Ninja. So which is it, Chuck? Chuck Reeves. Will the real fucking beardster please stand up and tell me, for the love of whatever's up there, that you did not say that? Did Redheaded Stepchild fucking superimpose and do a clear-cut copy of your voice, like he registered the vocal cords and made it actually sound like you, and that was actually his voice? Like, are you telling me that? Let's see. Oh shit. Oh, look at this. People giving me shit, and Eric too gave me mushrooms. He gave me mushrooms.
Magic.
Let's see. I'm going to show that. Here, leave her ass at work. Let's see. So far, I'm being told to shut the fuck up. And let's see. What is this? LeVar Ball. Sit yo ass down and stay in yo lane. Lame. Are you telling me to stay in my lane or stay in my lame? Nevertheless. So, I actually am curious to know what Chuck has to say about that. And I hope to see that tonight or tomorrow on his live stream. What up, Nightmare? And we got a guy named Jelly Jungle in here. And it's trademarked. That's nice. That's the almighty Reptar from Planet Saigon. Reptar does not come around until leap year. Ask Child's Play Ninja and MBW Champion, because that's the legit shit. So the next thing that I want to fucking talk about was this whole thing with Roxy Red and Blase Rose. This, I think, is fucking hilarious.
Daddy.
Dude, if you can't... Let's see.
Daddy. Can I take that picture of you and Grandpa?
How in the hell? Like, okay, this is so fucked up. Like people's shit is actually being stopped. Like Sister Hatchet fucking came in and said, "What up, sinners?" and it didn't pop up in the chat. Like that's so fucked up. What do you want?
Can I take that picture of you and Grandpa?
Me and Grandpa?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, so. For those of you, you know, I'm sure that everybody probably also already fucking knows when it concerns this situation going on between Blase Rose and Roxy Red. Apparently, okay, so I'm in this super chat along with Child's Play Ninja and a bunch of other of my friends that do stuff here on YouTube. Roxy Red is also a part of it. She sent us a picture of her recording shit at the cabin in the woods with Violent J sitting right there, DJ Clay sitting right next to him. Fucking one half of Swag Tooth is there, and so is Light, and apparently, you know, and a couple other people. And fucking this, you know, like she showed it to us, and she said, "Don't let anybody know about it." So everybody stayed mum. That is until until somebody else posted it up on Facebook with the permission of Psychopathic. Blase Rose went fucking nuts about this shit. What are you doing? Are you gonna go play Hi Ho Cheerio?
Yeah, my sister, I'm just waiting for a right here.
Yeah, you can play it over there.
I was thinking
There's more room over there, and I like to roam. I don't want to step on you or step over your game. So. Oh, Mac and Hose is up in here to poop. And what up, Element? So, Okay, so what ends up happening is apparently Blase Kitty let the claws come out, and she's just been going ape shit about the fact that Roxy Red recorded there. Like, what? No other woman is allowed to be at Violent J's house? Like, what the fuck? That it's just weird to me because look, Roxy Red was given an opportunity. I don't know how she got it, but I'm pretty sure that it had absolutely nothing to do with fellatio. Like, she did not have to suck a dick in order to get in that booth. Shit, we had 30? Yeah, 32. Wow. Come on, 37. That's the lucky number at this point, being the Kevin Smith fan that I am. Let's try to get it up to 37. I might have to do like a Chuck Reeves shill thing and share this motherfucking video to try to get people up in there. These hoes ain't loyal. Whatever. So anyways, yeah. Yeah, that's weird. Like, certain chats are not being displayed up on here. We know cuck baby boy Reeves. I don't know what's going on with this. Like, there's a bunch of these. There's a bunch of these that are like going up in the that are being asked to be reviewed. I don't know what the fuck's going on. You're telling me to watch my mouth? Fuck that shit. They hear this all the time. They ain't gonna repeat it because they know that if they do, then they're gonna get in trouble. So anyways, yeah. So what ends up happening is now Blase Kitty is now just fucking was bitching up a storm on Facebook, which is weird because I didn't know that Blase Rose used Facebook. The only thing that I knew she used was Instagram. But it seems that it's been going back and forth between Roxy Red and Blase Rose on Facebook. Maybe Twitter too, I don't know, but no one gives a fuck about Twitter anymore, so whatever.
What are my cultures again?
What's that?
What are my cultures again? So I know that I'm Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
And German and Irish.
Irish, English, Dutch, Welsh.
What does the Welsh look like?
That was the dragon thing, remember?
Yeah, but I can't.
16 in a day. Yeah.
Draw a dragon.
What's that?
I can't draw a dragon.
Well, see that? Can you try to make something that looks similar to this?
I'll try.
Okay.
I'll try.
I'm with you on that, Eric, yeah. Oh, Jelly Jungle's from England. And 16 in a day, yeah. Oh, shit, I just noticed we got Nick Gurr up in the chat. Awesome. Nick, what up? Now, that is something that I was going to segue into after this whole thing, Blaze, so stop jumping at the seams. But, anyway, so yeah, so Blase and Roxy Red have been going back and forth, and apparently Blase Rose ended up finding the diss track to her that Roxy Red made, and she, according to what she said, according to what is being said, she convinced Violent J that the diss track that Roxy Red made to Blase so many months ago is apparently about Violent J. So according to what Roxy is saying, Roxy is telling us that Blase Rose got a hold of her and said that Jay found out about that diss track and thought that it was about him. And so because of that, apparently Jay now hates Roxy Red, and yeah, apparently Jay now hates Roxy Red, and Roxy Red is being blacklisted from any psychopathic event. This is what Roxy is telling us that Blase had said to her. And she's just like, you know, and Blase is just saying, good looking, you know, just trying to look out for you, fam, or blah, blah, blah. I would honestly take this with a grain of salt. What motherfucker in their right fucking mind would actually say, do not come to my shows, I don't want your money? Especially if doing shows is what you do for a living. Like, the fuck shit is that? Like, did anybody actually, like, at Psychopathic, did they have to, like, I don't know, if Roxy's watching, Roxy, did they have to, like, get your real name, your address, your phone number, and like, whatever else that they would need that they could probably, like, take a look at from, you know, from, like, their, whatever their company is, like, for Psychopathic merch, or something like that? Would they have to, like, you know, would they be able to say, oh, this merch is from this person, so don't send this shit but keep the money, or something to that effect? It'd be like, oh, well, she's buying a gathering ticket. Nope, we're not giving her a gathering ticket off of this website. We're keeping the money while we're at it. You know, that kind of crap. Like, is that how, like, they're going to make it so she's not allowed to go to a gathering or something like that, or to Hallowicked, or to any Psychopathic held event? The only way that they would make it so one person could not go to one of these events is if they completely fucking blacklisted the entire East Coast. So Roxy Red is not allowed to be on a show or something like that. As extravagant as it is, and as egregious as it sounds, you know, like, that would have to be the only way to make it so she would not be able to go to a show. I know that would be too much, Violent Dope. That's what I'm saying. What's that?
English.
Huh?
So I did Hungarian because I could. Irish.
Yep, Irish. That's German. That's actually very good. The Mexican, the Welsh, and then you just need the English.
I don't know what to draw for English. I was thinking of drawing a video game, but video games can be all sorts of.
The video games are from everywhere, like England, Japan, even America. No, no, come on. Like, I've told you before, like, okay, what is England known for? Having a king and queen, right? Queen Elizabeth? Queen Elizabeth, huh? Huh? Nudge, nudge. Grin, grin. Wink, wink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll draw a crown.
Draw a crown. Shaggy likes to run trains and toot toot. Yep. You talk so much behind the controller. I don't know who said that.
Is that all? My culture? Is that all my culture, Daddy?
What's that?
Is that all my culture?
Being what? Being English?
No. English, Irish, German, Mexican, Welsh. Is that all my cultures?
Dutch.
What should I draw?
Weed. Pot leaf. No, that's wrong. No.
What should I draw for Welsh?
For Dutch?
For Dutch.
What could you draw for Dutch?
I don't know. Dang it, I can't even dark brown. I just need a crown.
Let's see. Dutch oven. Fuck you, Mac. Do you think the number Me Too will come out about ICP or Twitter? I don't know. Let's. Anywho, so like now. What?
What should I draw for Dutch?
For Dutch?
Yes.
I don't know. We'll figure it out later. Draw a windmill and a wooden shoe. That's actually good. Yeah. Draw a wooden shoe.
Yeah.
Or a windmill. Do you know what a windmill looks like? It's that tall. It's that tall brick building, and then it's got like it looks like a fan, but it's got like 4 of them in them. You know the windmill that they usually would have at mini golf.
Yes,
You know
I know
what I'm
that.
saying?
Yeah, I know them. I know. I get twisted.
What's good? Oh, hey, Papa Tone's up in here? Alright. So, let's see. Juggalo John. What is going on with this? The live chat is just blocking everything. I don't get it. So, anywho. Yep. I know that motherfucking clown. Alright, so anyways, now going on into the segue with Blase Rose, and apparently she's like doing some sort of a like a steampunk look now. Now granted, I think she looks incredibly hot for this, but like it's proven beyond a shadow of a doubt in the last couple of days since she's been doing this beef thing with Roxy Red. Bitch is a hot mess. Like, bitch crazy. Like, flat out. Like, the chick is fucking crazy. And if it's not, like, maybe that's what she needs in order to calm herself the hell down. Because apparently, like, the Duke is not doing what he can to fucking put her in her place. That's the sad thing. Now look, I honestly, like, dude, fuck it, I'm gonna say it again. Dragon emojis for anybody who saw that picture of Blase Rose with the steampunk goggles on and thought that she was super hot as hell. Like, dragon emojis for that. And then might as well just go ahead and add this into it. Squirrel emojis if you give a shit. Nick, is that a camel? Like, I can't tell if that's a camel or a partridge.
Or cow.
Like, that, I don't know, is that a diplodocus?
I think that's a goat.
You think that's a goat?
I think that's a goat.
No, Violent Dope, I wouldn't go that far. I actually like steampunk, like, but there are girls that can pull it off. To me, like, apparently any girl named Becky can pull that off. Whether it be this Becky, Blase Rose, or Becky Lynch. Like, both of them can pretty much pull off this steampunk look. But one thing I am going to say, though, is right now, when it concerns Blase Rose, and Violent J better be paying the fuck attention when I say this. It's too little, too late. Nobody cares about Blase Rose anymore. Blase Rose is blase. Enough said. You gave her the fucking perfect name, Joe. Hello from Dublin, Ireland. Happy Xmas. Happy Festivus, Irishman. Chris Murphy, yes. So, that's what I'm basically at this point. She's eye candy, yes, but she is a hot mess, and it's too little too late for this bitch, and chances are, from what I've been hearing, and it's been coming from multiple sources. It's not just limited to Roxy Red, but it's actually been a lot of sources that the people inside Psychopathic cannot stand Becky, Blase Rose, except for one person, and that's the one person that is penetrating the netting, and that is Joe Bruce. He is the only person out of the entire roster, out of the entire business, that actually likes Blase Rose. The only person.
So you do.
Okay, somebody blew this up with emojis.
Can you go put these back? In the drawer.
Alright. Mr. Wicked 505, I will honestly say that there are a lot of ninjas, and some juggalettes as well, that fully agree with you, but when it concerns the music industry, she's done for. Stick a fucking fork in her ass. She is done. Nobody cares anymore about whether or not Blase Rose is going to come out with an album. No one. And I said this a long time ago. I said this on a video, that what she should have done, instead of playing this I'm the victim bullshit, is she should have came out as a hard ass with little sprinkles of the victimization. So that way there's an elaborate story throughout a career that shows that she's actually the victim, and this is why she went crazy. Like, that's the way it should have been, but she took the alternate route, and basically portrayed herself as a victim, and with Sugar Slam out of the way, she apparently is the new face of the Juggalette community. So all these Juggalettes that are out there, they're going to understand where she's coming from, but do you really want that to be the face of the Juggalette community? There are a lot of Juggalettes that I know that are hard-ass bitches, but they don't talk about their victimization if they have any. And I see that Jamie McMahon is up in this bitch. What up, hun? And Esteban Mafioso is up in here. Miles Elias, what up? You know, all of these people that should have been able to look up to her, now they can't. And it looks like with this picture, I don't think that this really means anything about whether or not they're going to sign her back to Psychopathic. I don't think Jay has that kind of pull anymore. It actually, he has actually admitted, if you actually listen to the audiobook, Violent J has stated that there have been many times where he has gotten out of control, and that he has actually had to pull, he's actually had to been pulled back. Like, people, from time to time, there have been roundtable discussion about what Violent J is doing with his power in Psychopathic, and they strip him away from it. And that's a better thing too, because Violent J makes a lot of dumb fucking decisions. It's like watching Vince Russo trying to do creative without Vince McMahon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't know what I'm saying. Trust me, you don't. You do not know Vince Russo.
I think I know.
I do not know why these messages are constantly going into review. It makes no sense. So, let's see. There was actually something else that somebody brought up that I was going to say. And that was, yes, I just remembered. Razakel. Now, first things and foremost, I'm going to tell everybody this. Fuck Razakel, okay? I don't like her. Her music fucking sucks. She's a tryhard. I like her like I like King Gordy, okay? That's how I feel about Razakel with her music. But what I ended up hearing about a week and a half ago has just sprung back up. And what that is the fact that Satanic of SKR beat her ass over some shit that happened in the business and stuff like that. And I agreed with Riddle's Nightmare when I saw him talk about that shit. I don't, the whole situation with Satanic is just sordidly fucked up. Okay, so Satanic ended up getting hurt or something like that. His leg got broke or he got sick. He turned into a sick junkie. And for what, the last 5 years, Razakel has held SKR on her back. Now, I'm not a fan of SKR. I could give a shit less about Razakel. But the fact is that Satanic, over some dumb shit, ended up whipping her motherfucking ass over some dumb shit. And it's like, why would you do that, dude? Like, why would he do that? Now, because of this, Razakel has left SKR to, I guess, pursue her own shit. I don't know if they were, together or anything like that. I know that they had a business venture together in SKR. Like, they were half and half. And they were doing fine until the Psycho Sam thing. And then, after that, I never really heard much about Razakel. And anything that I did actually listen to when it concerned Razakel, I could have given a shit less. Because I don't like Razakel's music. Like, why don't I hear shit like this about Q Strange? Why don't I hear shit about that? They were fucking? Okay. Let's see. SKR is okay. Reverend Fane Gordy. Yeah. And here's the worst part of it, too, which I didn't really put this together. But so Satanic is doing some hardcore heavy-ass drugs, right? Like, he's into fucking heroin and shit. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Gino Cult shit part of SKR? Even if he is, or even if he was or he wasn't, it doesn't matter. But I know that Gino was close to Razakel and Satanic, and he died of a drug overdose. And Satanic has no brain now. Like, he's not using his head. Okay, so he was LSP, but they're still in a way very close to SKR. Like SKR and LSP, you can put those two in the same sentence and people will understand and be cool with it. So, you know, Geno Colt shit was part of LSP. Okay, I don't really listen to either one of those labels, to be totally honest. Like, I listen to about as much horrorcore as Violent J does at this point in time. You know, I listen to the wicked shit that we know, Psychopathic, and well, not M&E, not anymore, but, you know, and then there's a couple other things that I like Q Strange, and then there's this dude from Flint that I'm into, his name's Too Dirty. He was the third place man for that Underground Psychos contest, if you guys haven't heard of him. You should look him up, Too Dirty. I know that some Flint Town Juggalos know who the fuck I'm talking about. Okay, some more less impressive news may be coming, so on. Alright. Let's see. Oh, hey, there's another message that's held from a review from Richard Thibodeau. No one cares. Not, like, do I think Violent J can fight? Yeah. Yeah, I think he can fight. Oh, so Mr. Wicked, when it concerned that year, like, I had my token and I had my girlfriend's token. She wanted to keep her token. I said, no, this is not what this is for. It's not to keep. You have to use it to vote. So I took one in each and I went plink, because Too Dirty wasn't in the final, so I didn't care. Just boom. One for each of them. Oh, yeah? Hell yeah. Yeah, Mac Hatchet, I live in Grand Rapids. Awesome. Cool, man. If you ever come into Grand Rapids, man, just hit me up on my public figure page and I'll fucking talk with you. You kept yours? You bitch! Mac and Hose? You could have made it so PLC won and we wouldn't have to deal with all of this shit. It's Mac and Hose's fault that AMB won. Dragon emojis if you agree and hashtag that. Mac and Hose got AMB signed. Twisted Insane is the shit. But I don't consider anybody in Strange Music to be, you know, to be like wicked shit, horrorcore, stuff like that. They are a hardcore shit. You know, they're hardcore shit and they're choppers. Most of them are. What do you want?
You know that picture of when you were from first grade all the way to senior? Can I also bring that?
You need that for school?
I wanted to bring something from my culture to school because we could bring like a visual aid.
Oh yeah, the progression of an Irish kid. Yep. Yep, AMB was Mac's fault. See? What are you yelling? Like, who's yelling at me? Is that Evil Tracy? Somebody was yelling at. Damn it, stop yelling before I beat you. I'd love to see that shit. Alright, Sister Hatchet, deuces. Mac and Hose got jump steady's butter. Fuck you. Young Wicked is Mac and Hose's fault. See? Yeah, see? Mac and Hose, this is all your fault. This is what you did. See? Like, look at all these juggalos that are agreeing with me on this. Damn it. You know, Mac and Hose, you had one job, okay? Like, I'm putting you in a situation that is similar to Sin Cara. Damn it, you had one job. Evil Tracy, what you gotta be like that for? Alright, so I also see that NZ is in the chat. Cheeseburger is in the chat. Yup, official cheeseburgers in the chat. Boo Boo, you need to get changed. Change back into your clothes.
Then can I throw that picture of you too?
Yes, after you get dressed. I'm telling Rob, yeah, that's exactly right. If it wasn't for Mac and Hose, all of this shit with Samantha would have never happened. Mac and Hose needs to be blacklisted from the gathering too. What up, Static? Oh man, it's chaotic in the chat now. I have my own 7th circle of hell, and I'm not banhammering anybody. Like, I'm legitimately not banhammering anybody. Who do we blame for Ouija? Drake. That's who we blame Ouija for. Because pretty much that's what it's supposed to be. If Ouija is supposed to be kind of like a trap rapper or something like that, of the wicked shit, then I would blame Drake, and I'd blame Fetty Wap, I'd blame, you know, that's who I'd blame. But I'm not going to... Static, fucking get back on the Ram Ranch with that shit. Ouija's mother. But to be totally honest, I ended up listening to the Cypher again on the way home from my daughter's dance class. And, yeah. And I dig Ouija. I like what Ouija did on that. It would make more sense to blame Chief Keef. Dude, I blame God for Chief Keef, okay? Like, fuck Chief Keef. Like, that dude's an idiot. So now it's now that I've got all the fucking psychopathic and trauma and shit like that, I blame Usher for Justin Bieber. I blame Drake for Justin Bieber. I blame Degrassi on Drake. So I blame Degrassi the next generation of Degrassi on Justin Bieber. So, okay, with that being said, everything is done. Why are you playing with your baby brother's toys? You have your own toys. They're in there. Becky needs to change her style. She looks like a mix of Krayshawn and Little Debbie. Squirrel! Evil Tracy, you bitch. Gotta fucking throw squirrels at me. You motherfuckers. Alright, so... Okay, so now I wanted to get in on this, and I ended up posting this on my public figure page earlier today. And what it is that I wanted to actually say thank you to everybody who pays attention in this motherfucker. And you know, people who actually watch my live streams, people who watch this stuff and post, even the people who have super chatted, even though I don't get a whole lot of super chats, I'm not getting them big fucking super chats like CPN, and I'm not jealous about it either. But with that being said, I ended up checking out my PayPal a couple of days ago, because I get paid on the 15th with that stuff. And I was able to earn $15 because of the fact that I make these live streams. I interact with y'all, and that's what I love to do. And because of this, I ended up making $15. Now, $15 really isn't a whole lot, and I'm not really stressing it because, you know, I actually work for a living. But as I promised, I ended up actually saying to everybody that anything that goes into the super chats or the monetization or anything like that is going back into this channel, and it's also going back into my gaming channel. So with that being said, you know, I only had 15 bucks, and recently I ended up getting the Retron 5. If you check my gaming channel out, the most recent video that I had that doesn't look like a fucking video game, I was actually showing off a couple of games that I ended up having. Which, by the way, hold on a second. I will be right back. I gotta show you something fresh. What are you guys doing? Alright, I'm back. How'd you like the mess? Anyway, so I wanted to show this off because this is actually one of the fucking fruits of my labor. And I see what you said, Mr. Wicked 505, fuck you. And so I ended up actually going out and getting this. So for the motherfuckers that are watching this that don't speak Japanese or even read it, this is a copy of Final Fantasy III for the Famicom. Famicom being the Japanese version of the Nintendo. This was This was exclusively released in Japan and whatever Japanese regions. So I actually have a copy of this now. And I've been playing the fuck out of it for like 4 days. I'm in love with that game. So, you think so? No, not even a 6-man, dude. Do an 8-man. Forget evil trait. No. I'll show mine if you show yours. How's about that? Oh man, like this shit still with this bullshit. Yeah, McEnhoes did touch my boob at the march. You spelled march wrong. But anyways, so on top of that, I also ended up showing all of the Sega Genesis games, all of the Super Nintendo games, all the regular Nintendo games. I have a Game Boy game and 2 Game Boy Advance games because that's really all that I can play. So now I've shown you the official Famicom game that I have for Final Fantasy III. This is actually Final Fantasy III, not the American Final Fantasy III. That's 6 and for the Super Nintendo, and I don't have it yet. That thing I have found at least costs $50.
Hey, Daddy.
Now, hold on. No, you won't. No, you can give me Tree Fitty, but that's not what I paid for the game. But so anyways, like I said, $15 is what I ended up earning with monetization and the super chats, and for that, I honestly thank all of you for that. Now, when it concerns what I did with the money, believe me when I say that I didn't buy booze with it, I didn't buy weed with it, I didn't buy cigarettes with it. If I wanted to get any of that shit, I have my own money for that. Instead, what I planned on doing was putting this money into the channel and into what I plan on doing with both of my channels. And unfortunately, it's only $15. So I'm not able to get some of the shit that I want to get. Actually, no, Havoc, I don't drink. So we got Dark Knight Kid up in here, and I do not have a Nintendo Switch. I have not gotten that. Maybe in a future plan I might end up getting a Nintendo Switch, but for right now, no. I have not gotten one of those. I wanted one. I still want one, actually. But I figured the Retron 5 was actually going to be a little bit better because I can play this son of a bitch. And now I have another game that's on the way, thanks to y'all for helping me out with my channel, because I entertain you motherfuckers. And on the way, it's probably not even going to come to my house until the beginning of the year. But I did actually end up getting me a Super Famicom game. And when I get that game, I'm actually going to be posting it up. And I do want to actually give out an early shout out to Warlockside, because he hit me up and he said that he's going to be hooking me up with a package. He said that he's not going to be able to send it until Friday. Motherfucker, just drive it over to my house. I live like 2 hours away from you. Like, you live in Flint, I live in Grand Rapids. There's a 2-hour difference. If you want to, we'll meet in Lansing. I got all the free time in the world. But nevertheless, I actually have coming into the mail, I have a Super Famicom game. And it's the only game type that I do not have in my collection. Now, the game that I ended up getting is actually a game based off of a light novel that turned manga, that turned anime, called The Slayers. And I don't know if any of y'all ever heard of that. And I probably talked about this at the very beginning of my show. But I love that shit. Shut up, Evil Tracy. This is what I do. I talked about all the fucking Juggalo shit, and yes, I'm talking about fucking gaming. And no, I don't have a tattoo. Whoever asked me if I have a tattoo. Dark Knight Kid, I think that was you that asked me that. No, I don't have a fucking tattoo. Wade Chambers, yes. Pantera. I love Pantera. Yeah, and believe me, when it comes in, I am showing everybody on live stream my package. I will be showing everybody my big package. Exactly. And apparently somebody decided to try to throw spoilers about The Last Jedi. It was kind of a given, idiot. It was going to happen. What games do I play? Bullshit, Tracy. People want to see my package. Dragon emojis if you want to see my package. Bring on the dragon emojis. Release the Kraken. Oh, wrong entity. Okay, so I got people asking me shit. So least favorite ICP CD, The Calm. I mean, it's all right, but for what it is, but it's The Calm. Stop trying to shoot that at me.
I'm not trying to.
Yeah, you are. You are trying to shoot that at me. See, I'm getting pig noses and squirrels. No, leave the pig nose for somebody else who actually has a pig nose.
I don't have a pig nose. Hey, Daddy, can
See,
I borrow this?
and flat out, Mac and Hose wants to see my package. He got a little bit of the boob. He got a little bit of the man boob. Now he wants the rest.
Hey, Daddy, can I show them the?
Let's see, what do I play? Let's see. Right now, I mean, I play a lot of shit. Oh, Mr. Wicked 505 decided to go Godfather on me. But I play a lot. There's a lot of games actually out there that I play. And I play a huge variety of them, but I don't play Call of Duty. I'm not a fan of Call of Duty at all. This is what my son has been wanting to play, though.
No, I wanted to show them. I wanted to tell them what this means. This is evil Sonic in this game.
No.
It has a like a nose thing. The red means it's gonna be evil. The blue means it's gonna be regular.
No, dude, that's not actually in this game. It's just a hack.
Wait.
Yeah, somebody rewrote the game to make it so it does that.
No, it really hates me.
You want me to play royalty-free porn music when I'm revealing my package? I do play Final Fantasy 15. On my gaming channel is going to be the stuff that I do actually play, and of course, you know, but I'm very limited to whatever it is that I'm doing. And that's mainly because I don't have an actual computer and I don't have a game capture, so I'm not able to play anything outside of the PlayStation 4. But right now, the games that I currently have for PlayStation 4, I have like 4 WWE games. Final Fantasy 15, Final Fantasy Typo, South Park Fractured Butthole. I have Rock Band 4, which I don't play on here, and that's mainly due to the fact that, you know, licensing rights and stuff like that, like authenticity on the music and shit. I have Mortal Kombat XL. I'm actually looking at my game stack over here. I have Wolfenstein: The New Order, which I have not yet touched. I also have a Dragon Age game that I have not gotten into. Siznak. See, look at this. On my channel, Siznak is free. Just so everybody knows.
Okay.
And I like Mortal Kombat franchise. I like the Zelda franchise. Lately, as of late though, I've been getting into a lot of retro shit. And mainly because of the Retron 5, because not only do I get to play games like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I can also play the hack versions of the games too. The same thing with Tetris and Tetris 2, Sonic 2, Garfield Caught in the Act. I also have Animaniacs for the Super Nintendo. See, as you can see, Animaniacs for the Super Nintendo. This game sucks, but I still want to play it. And then I also have Super Mario World.
I love that game.
And this game I mainly got because, well, for one, goddammit, it's Super Mario World. For two, it's got a shit ton of hacks on the game. Ah! I almost fell.
Oh,
And that's mainly what I wanted the Retron 5 for, mainly was because people have been putting full-blown hacks. Whether it be like these games that you used to play as kids all the time, and they just totally revamped it. Like they just took the game and just turned it completely upside down. And then there's games like these for the Famicom and for the Super Famicom, or any game system, any system-based, any cartridge-based game that comes from Japan. Like, they have translations on there, so you can translate it from Japanese to English. And then you also have games like Sonic the Hedgehog, which I found a variety of character swaps, where all they did was they just replaced Sonic the Hedgehog with some other character. So I've played Knuckles in Sonic 1, I've played Tails in Sonic 1. They also have other ones for like Amy Rose. There's this one hack that I found of Sonic the Hedgehog where you actually play as Dr. Robotnik, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to grab, you have a butterfly net, and you're trying to capture flickies and bunnies and chickens and shit, and you're trying to throw them in the thing, and you have a certain amount that you have to get in the entire level. It's an interesting game, and it's an interesting twist on the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. Because you have no idea how hard it was for Robotnik to get these fucking animals.
Daddy? Daddy.
Okay, so Dark Knight Kid decided to throw a shit ton of emojis on there. So we got like, what, 5 trains, fucking rainbow, 3 carnival ride horses, a train set, a roller coaster. Oh, there's the actual train. See, I was born the day after this was released.
What is...
Do you all know what this is? Let me show y'all.
What is that?
This is a ColecoVision. This is the thing that's been in his bedroom for a while.
Oh, I always play with this thing.
No, this ain't an Atari, but it does come with an expansion module, so you can play Atari games.
Look, Daddy, can you show them how it's done?
Interesting story about how I got this thing, though. Let go of the controller. Interesting story about how I got this, though. There was this chick that I used to drive to work every day, and what she would do is she would pay me $10 in gas every week. Well, she kept on falling short for 5 weeks, and then I come across that in her house, and she says, "Oh, well, that thing, yeah, me and my boyfriend are trying to sell that for $50, but we don't know if it works. We don't know how to test it." I said, "I can figure out how to test it. Just let me take it over to my house and we're good." So she lets me take it over there, and then she ends up getting fired from the job. So I don't take her to work no more. She gets a hold of me and she tells me that she wants the damn thing back. I said, "Well, now that you're fired from your job and you owe me $50 and you were trying to sell that for $50, I'm taking that as collateral for the gas that you owe me." So now I have a 2600 and a ColecoVision and a shit ton of games for it.
Can I show them that thing that's in my room that has all the games?
No, you don't need to pull that out. They will take my word for it that I have a shit ton of games for it. Chrono Trigger is definitely a good game, and I will eventually be able to pick that up in the future. And there's a lot of things. Like, my intention, as of right now, actually, is to make it so I have a huge collection. Like, I am honestly very envious of the game collection that that a lot of the other YouTubers have. I'm very envious of these game collections. I mean, like the fucking Angry Video Game Nerd has every single fucking Nintendo game out there. I want them, including the unlicensed ones, and I want to broadcast them onto my gaming channel. I'm taking any retro games. Like, I'm I'm taking anything, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Game Boy Advance, Sega Genesis, Sega Master System, Sega Game Gear, Famicom, Super Famicom. I'm taking all of that shit. Like, those are all the motherfucking things that I want. And I actually said this in the last one too. You know, I know that there are juggalos that are out there that, you know, and even non-juggalos that watch my shit because apparently I'm entertaining. But you know, they got loosies and shit. You know, just loose games that they don't want, or doubles of games that they had. You know, like maybe they bought the game and then lost it, and then they bought another one and then they found the old one or something like that, so they got to get rid of that shit. You know, that type of shit. So, you know, I've basically been saying, you know, if you want to send that to me, help me add to my collection. You know, that's a good way of, you know, contributing to my channels. It's just to help me build my collection. If you don't have, you know, if you don't want games and shit. I'll even fucking take Pong, Evil Tracy. You got Pong? Huh? Bitch, you got Pong? Too bad you don't have an Xbox. I actually have an Xbox One. And maybe eventually I'll probably end up getting an Xbox, the regular Xbox. And it's mainly for one reason and one reason only. And that is Conquer Live and Reloaded. Eventually, I'm also going to try to get, like, you know, once I get the capabilities, I also want to try to obtain a Nintendo 64 again. Because I want to start playing fucking Episode 1. Star Wars Episode 1, the pod racing game. Y'all remember that? It was a piece of shit, but it was enjoyable for me when I was in high school. You know, because you don't see shit like that anymore. Like, everything has been polished up and everything, you know, like, there was, like, on the Nintendo 64, anybody who's played the Nintendo 64, man, everybody knows how horrible the fucking three-dimensional graphics were in that game. Like, shit, like, just having this as a joystick to move around. And it was horrible gameplay, you know what I'm saying? But it was still fun, you know? It was, at the time, for the Nintendo 64, even the most avid gamer for the time, like myself, well, this is the best that we got. You know, there's nothing else that we're gonna get out of this. You know, or we're gonna have to wait until we get the, how's the Mega Man collection? I have no Mega Man games for the regular Nintendo. I have the Mega Man Legacy Collections 1 and 2. Evil Tracy, yes, 007 GoldenEye was dope. Unless you're playing multiplayer and somebody decides to play as Odd Job and crouch the entire time. My best friends used to do that. Pissed me off. Pong is about your gaming level. You know, you know, to be totally honest, what is that? I think it was Juggalo John that said that. Yeah, they need to make a backyard wrestling game for the PS3, PS4, and Xbox 360 and Xbox One. People have talked to KG about that. I don't think he has any interest in redoing it. I don't think he has any interest in redoing that game, and you know, like making a continuation of the game or something like that. But he and I have actually had a talk about that game. And Duke Nukem, you know, Duke Nukem was a fun game. There'd be something interesting if I could figure out a way on how to get Gamecom. That would be dope. And I do like the GTA games. Final Fight was the shit.
Hey, look. Both cats.
And I don't know what the fuck is going on with this game, with this chat, man. But there's like so many people that ended up getting this shit. The Dark Knight Kid, you ended up asking me if I've ever met ICP. Not like, you know, not like, oh, a setup of meeting up with them or anything like that. I did see Violent J after a Blaze show here in Grand Rapids, and he was macking some chick, and some fat dude that I was hanging out with at the time ended up asking Jay, why is it that since he lost the weight, all of Psychopathic lost, you know, like Hatchet Gear stopped selling Fat Kid clothes. So he's like, what's the matter, Joe? You got no more Fat Kid love? he gets all of us to fucking come around him, and he ended up explaining that somebody else ended up asking the question, and that he was planning on putting it into the Weekly Freakly Weekly. And that he said that he had no way of knowing that Hatchet Gear was not selling Fat Kid clothes. It was just a mere coincidence. Hey, fatty, fat. Alright, so apparently the hour's up. And Dragon Ball Z games, yeah, I've played a couple of them. You missed everything, Cole. At this point, I'm hitching a ride. I'm getting the hell out of here because my girlfriend's going to be out of work in about a half an hour. What you got for us? But anyways, yeah, like all I want is a stand-up Street Fighter. So, with that being said, I'm out this bitch. Thank you to anybody out there that chatted up in here. My apologies for anybody whose messages ended up getting reviewed. I'll try to see if I can figure out how to fucking fix that for the next time. I don't know what happened, but until next time, I'm out this bitch. Deuces. And I'm not drunk. I don't drink, you asshole.